girl Tuli, the MC. We are here. We are ready. Guys, we just want to remind you guys that this is being done by Incorruptible Realities. Though we are Konnect the podcast, but Incorruptible Realities is the one that is doing the most, and would like to appreciate them for everything that they're doing. Remember, if you want photography, you can just contact them. You know their social media pages, Incorruptible Realities all the way, even on Instagram, even on WhatsApp. They do have their numbers somewhere. We're gonna share probably in one of the videos or in one of the we're gonna share, you know. But before I go forward, I'm gonna have to welcome my guy, my
We are back with another bang. I'm your boy, Jane Keller Dokandrovu, and today we have another bang of an episode.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
Why are you looking at that?
No.
Why are you looking at me with your cozy eyes here?
You are starting. I'm putting on the eyelashes. So
This woman, she's like,
Welcome, Karabo, Magakane. How are you?
I'm good, and thank you for having me guys on your podcast. Really excited to just be with you guys here. Yo, Sekoa.
It's nice. We welcome you here. We acknowledge the fact that you are a very busy person, but you made time for us as Konnect podcast. I'm sure me and my boy cannot.
I'm your boy. I haven't been Transika these days.
I do.
You call me so nice and
So Karabo, tell us about yourself. Okay, it's not an interview, girl, but we just want to know who Karabo is.
Tell us about yourself.
And what Karabo does. And ich cannot, come on. Dude, come on.
I mean, I'm not telling you because of that question.
That one is I am. So basically, as you've already stated, my name is Karabo Magakane.
Yeah.
And I am a resident of Konnect village, Bushback Village in Mpumalanga. Proud boy, why? So,
That's that.
That's it.
It's like, when I was on radio, I could not this other lady in interview. She was a musician. I'm like, okay, so tell us who's my mom, because I'm not gonna name drop. Who's my mom? I said, my mom is me.
Just that.
I mean, we know you wanted to elaborate.
Tell us
Women,
more.
Karabo, Karabo, Mapini, what do you do? You know.
Alright, it's can you please stop laughing?
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool. So Karabo is a lot of things, but then one thing that she is that I am most proud about her. Forgive me for talking in third person. I like to talk in third person when I'm talking about myself. I don't know why. It's just the thing.
Hopefully people understand good talking in third person because I don't.
Okay, talking in third person means I'm referring to myself as if I'm talking about another person.
Oh.
That's what, when I'm saying Karabo is.
No, what a nice way of trying to make a person explain what they mean when they say something.
You.
I know. So what's that tell? Yeah.
So from time to time I will talk in third person.
But we can also do a fourth person, right?
That one I don't know.
How can
Which one is third person? Fourth person I need to say.
I have no idea. You. Okay, maybe fourth person. You like them instead of her.
Oh, me.
Them.
Yeah.
Them.
Oh,
yes.
That's what that is. Metaphor. We're speaking metaphorically. I am
You've got
Yeah, so keep on with your third person, Kara.
So I am.
Wow. She needed notes.
Okay, check. You wanna come? Are you trying to tell us that you
Can we just tell us what we have
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Mama, you have to answer mama,
Yeah,
mama,
don't do that. You are you.
So, okay. Well, let's give a little bit of background before what I do. So, I was born in Palabora, but then later moved to Economic because of some family issues. And then been living in Economic since 2002. And started my schooling in Economic. And I remember my uncle asking me one of the days, still when I was still young, still in preschool, what do you want to be when you grow up? And like any child, we know we wanted to become doctors, wanted to become engineers. But then for me it was doctor. I wanted to become a doctor, and that's what I used to say. And my uncle was like to me, but then doctor is very usual. Everybody wants to become a doctor. Why don't you become something extra? Like, okay, what does extra mean? It's like, become a pilot. Like, hey, a 5-year-old me didn't know what pilot was. I'm like, what is a pilot? It's like somebody that flies planes. I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds interesting. And then from there, it changed. When I was doing myself in grade R, in grade 1, it changed from when I grew up I want to be a doctor to when I grew up I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
So it was just something I used to say when I grew up I want to become a pilot, and it's something that stuck with me. And when I was in grade 4, they organized a school trip at the school that I was, and there was an air show, the Air Force Base, Hood Air Force Base, and that is where actually the passion was ignited, because I would see all the loops that they did.
Yeah.
I saw all the aerobatics that they did, and it was really, really just something else. It was really amazing. And really that sparked a passion in me, or that ignited the passion of what I already was just talking about. But then it was something now that I felt at heart that, okay, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't know how. I've never seen anybody from my community do it, but then this is what I'm going to do.
You know, I also wanted to be a pilot when I grew up. I was like, oh, my name rhymes well with a pilot. Pilot. That's what I want to do when I grow up.
Yeah.
But then, hey, life happened. Now I said, like, I want to be a cop now. But then, how did it get about after that?
Like I was saying, then high school came, the marks started dropping. The marks started dropping. I'm like, am I really gonna become a pilot with this marks? And then, okay, I was in matric, and I didn't know what else I wanted to do. I didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And it frustrated me so much so that I ended up in matric. When I was in matric, I applied to 5 different institutions of higher learning, or 5 universities with 5 different first choices. So I applied for teaching with this one, computer science with that one, another thing with that one. Like that's how
the pilot dream was crashed, man.
It seemed crashed at that point. It seemed crashed because I had no information on how to go about becoming a pilot.
Mm-hmm.
And after matric, I took a gap year because I was so frustrated. And I remember when the results came back, and obviously acceptance letters were being sent out by universities. Of the 5 that I applied for, I got accepted in 3. And I lied at home. It was like all of them rejected me. That's how much I didn't want to go to varsity and waste resources on something that I knew that wasn't what I wanted to do. So I lied. I had to lie. Like, all of them rejected me, which ended forcing me to take a gap year after my matric year.
So you lied the whole year? The whole year? They thought, Wanarule got rejected.
Got rejected. I was like, someone got put on a waiting list.
And it's something that we spoke about on our last podcast, to say, parents want us to actually study something that they want for us, while it's not our passion. Because at the end of the day, what happens, it's the diploma or the degree or the bachelor, whatever. We're
Just
gonna
put
put it
aside.
aside.
Yeah.
While I know I don't want to be that doctor, I don't want to be that engineer. I just want to talk like this.
I want to become a musician.
You understand?
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
went to school for also, for talking.
And a lot of times parents don't really understand careers that involve arts, like your music, your
Exactly,
acting,
that's true.
and things like that.
True.
It's- yeah.
I mean, we the generation that's gonna change that. We growing up, we are parents. So when I look at like art, I'm like, baby, go for it.
As
Yeah,
long
and
as you have a
we
qualification for it.
honestly, guys, we honestly urge parents out there to actually encourage their kids to study what they want to study. Because it's their passion, it's what they love, it's what they want to do. Because it's useless for me to go and study something that I know it's not what I want. And it's going to waste a lot of time for me. Because honestly speaking, there are no jobs out there.
That's true.
There are
That's
no
true.
jobs. So
That's
if
true.
I study something that I know, like I will start my business. See, look at Incorruptible Realities.
Yep.
Like they are videographers, they even do deco, they even do
everything.
sound, they are everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting for a person or youngsters to grow with something that they love, and we groom them as they start. You know,
That's true.
even my little girl, like I'm trying to figure out what she likes the most, and then I'll groom it so that she goes to varsity with it, and then she completes, and then.
Yesterday, one sent me a voice note, and I'm like, I want to be a teacher. When I grew up, I was like, oh,
No.
oh,
I
daddy.
think they are programming them.
But first, I think we'll need to cap the generation of parents. Yeah, well, 1960s, 1970s, because those are still the parents right now, and those are the ones who they don't understand when it comes to arts. They'll just be happy to work on that TV. Go, how did you get there? They don't care. They don't know. They'll just be happy to work to radio. How did you get there? They don't care. This palava kaso kufuga lampunzo na skaftina and then go to work. 9 to 5. That's what they believe in. The parents were 1960s, 70s, maybe a little bit of those by 80s, but then my 90s. That's this situation right now. But I'm glad that you lied for that whole year. She lied to do whatever she wanted.
You know, sometimes I think about it, I'm like, what if I went to that university? Like, what would my life be like? But then I'm like,
You'd be somewhere in the office Monday to Friday, working with computers.
I don't like office work. I don't like. I honestly don't like 9 to 5. But 9 to 5. I'm out the other door.
To yours, our 9 to 5 span first. Yeah, I'm resigning when I go back to work.
No. If it's something you're passionate about, then why not?
I'm gonna speak to the director to give me a role, yeah?
If it's something you're passionate about.
Yeah, but then after that.
So yeah, after a whole year of lying.
Yeah.
I think my oldest brother, finally had me, and behind my back, sorry, he was busy looking for schools for me, because he knew, like, it's the song I used to sing all day, every day, go by, I want to become a pilot. And then my brother finally had that, and he was looking for schools for me. I remember at the end of the year that I took a gap year, around November, he's like, I found a school for you. This guy found a school for me. Okay, but then let me keep an open mind. And then we went and we checked it out, and we got the information and all of that. And yeah, it is where my studies began. And the following year, I enrolled with the school.
For how long?
Okay, so for how long?
Yeah.
How long did it take me to get my pilot's license?
Yeah, flying school.
It took me. Yeah, driving school. So it took me as long as it takes to get a degree, 4 years. Yeah, it's not like it's. I'm not saying that it takes 4 years, but it took me 4 years. because of I started school in my high school in 2018, and then 2018 January, and then 2018 June I lost my dad. So I had like from June till about maybe 3 months I wasn't studying, and I wasn't flying because I wasn't in the right headspace. Because really, you must be in the right headspace because you're gonna crash and do funny things. So for like 3 months after that, I wasn't flying. So I already lost, of my first year, I lost 3 months. And then the following year, 2019, I had financial challenges, and also, so it took me 4 years because of all the challenges that I faced. But then you get people who do it in 6 months, you get people who do it in a year. Yeah.
I can be a pilot.
So all you need to become a pilot is you need to write all your exams.
Yeah. Are they difficult?
75% pass mark.
Are they difficult? I mean, I used to get distinctions back in high school. Maybe we should bring our metric certificates.
But then being difficult is relative. The subjects that are found very easy, and the subjects that are found very challenging.
Okay, so we'll look at apply. Do they check your metric results? What did you study in high school? Or even if you studied anything, you can just go then.
They do check your metric results.
Yeah.
So
what are the relevant subjects?
So what is required?
Yeah.
Requirements is maths and English.
Okay.
So you must have like 60, I think 60 and above. That's the minimum you can get. And then like your geography, life sciences, physical sciences, and all the science-related subjects become an advantage. They're not a requirement, but they become an advantage because you get subjects like human performance, which is a lot of life sciences. You get subjects like meteorology, which is a lot of geography. So they put you at an advantage, not that they are requirements.
No.
The requirements that you have is maths and science. Maths and English. Sorry.
Okay, so what do you call the license that you have now?
The license that I hold currently is a private pilot license, fixed wing.
Do they have levels?
Fixed wing. Yes, so fixed wing means, so you get helicopter licenses and fixed wing licenses. They're two different licenses. If you want to fly helicopter, you get a helicopter license. Fixed wing license. So aeroplanes, basically.
Do they have like levels?
Oh, it's the big ones that we go to Cape Town.
Can you fly us to Dubai now? Maybe.
Karabo, come on.
Somehow
They donate, but donate Konnect.
So there are two questions currently. Let me answer Kellen's one.
Yeah.
Here's the levels. So initially you have a student pilot license.
Okay.
That is issued, the requirements to have a student pilot license, you must be 17 years and older. You must have written 3 exams, and you must have gone solo. So
Driving solo?
Yeah, flying. So yeah, and then you get from there, when you get your hours and you get your exams, you get your private pilot license. And then from there, when you get your exams and you get your hours, you get your commercial pilot license. And then from there, when you get your exams and you get your license, your hours, right, you get your, there's something called a ATPL, airline transport pilot license. So that's when you can end at commercial if you want to do something else, but then if you want to get into airlines, that's when you have to do your ATPL.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a commercial, you can do.
So it's more like having a PDP as a driver.
Yeah. It's more like that. It's more like that.
You guys, you are being you are telling me.
This is telling me. But I understood what she's trying to say.
And I want to let's just simplify this for everyone out there who's not understanding the world of the license of the air flywheel.
So Liz is there looking at us like, what are they looking
Please
at?
tell us.
Let me simplify.
It to say the license that I hold is the one that I can drive you to Cape Town. Or I saw you this other time on your social media. You were posting. You were in the small one. You see that one that it carries 2 or 3, 4 people inside.
Those are the commercial ones.
No. Yeah, they could be commercial. They could be commercial. So
That's
I was
private. I am not private jets.
let me speak.
Guys, directors, I'm lost in me myself. Karabo, please.
Let me make it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
So the one you saw me on social media, on my socials that I posted, it is a 2-seater aircraft, and it is the one I was training in for my private pilot's license. The license that I have now, I trained in that 2-seater aircraft or aeroplane. So that one can make it to Cape Town. That small one, 2-seater one, it can make it to Cape Town. Why are you not believing me?
So can you drive it to
No, I
Cape
believe
Town?
it, but just you and me in that.
Yes.
I don't trust you.
You don't trust me. Oh, it's me.
But
that
this
don't
woman-
trust.
Get down in that small one with
So do you have like a radar with those ones? Can you go as high as you can?
Okay.
There's a level you can go from Magakane.
So if you can go as high as the aircraft's manufacturer allows you to go, so the limitations. So if
Yeah, speed limit or height limit.
height limit. Height limit. Yeah. So if the limit for this aircraft is 10,000, you can only go as much as 10,000. But then if your aircraft is equipped with instruments that allow you to fly, okay, let me take it a step back. So you can fly visually and you can fly with instrument. So when you fly visually is that you are able to see, you have reference to the ground, you're able to see the ground.
Oh yeah.
So that's visual flying, and that goes as high as 10,000 feet above ground. That's the limit, 10,000 feet above ground.
Yeah.
So you have instrument flying, which now you have no reference to the ground. You're relying solely on your instruments. So to answer your question, even the small ones can go as high as, they can go as high as whatever the limit is on the manufacturer's book, as long as it is equipped with the right instruments and you are instrument rated. So you have to train to be able to fly using instruments only.
It's not make sure, Karabo. It's not make sure.
What is it making sure?
So wait. Let's give a.
I don't know the instruments. I don't know.
Look, explain it.
This is explaining.
Okay, so the instruments in an aircraft. So you have your obviously you need something for your direction, something to tell you how high you are above ground, all of those things, your weather and everything. You said something about radar.
Yeah.
You should go for pilot.
Yeah, you should.
Right.
Because you already have the information.
She also has a radar.
You are radaring.
You are halfway there.
Yeah, so
You must get these things done. So you must be able to read all of those things. You must be able to tell, read the compass, read your speed indicator. I mean, all the instruments that
So
are.
You indicate up.
yeah,
No,
have
I'm
traffic
saying
cops.
speed
there should be
indicator.
some indicators
And some traffic cops to check your license.
So if we can go a bit practical, there was an incident or an accident that happened in OR Tambo. Apparently there was a flight that was going to Cape Town, but it had an accident of a wheel. You know about it, maybe? So if you were the one on that standing inside, how would you tackle the situation? Because now you are having a lot of people as passengers. They are relying on you to make sure that that plane doesn't crash or you don't.
But the one thing that we are taught in flight school is to always assess the situation and come up with the best solution for that situation. So if I was the pilot and I had established that, okay, I lost one wheel, the undercarriage, but then I could still be able to land the aircraft safely. Immediately, if I was put in the situation, immediately what I would have done is just turn back and then land the aircraft at OR. Did the wheel come off as it was taking off, or?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it was taking off.
As it was taking off.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
But I think it turned around. It went up and then
came back and landed. Yeah, that's what I would have done as well, because you don't know if maybe I'm saying I'm taking off. I've 8 more wheels. It's fine, and then you start losing other wheels on the way. It's something.
Well, you're not gonna Satazal.
Imagine being in the cockpit and like.
You'll be scared, man. No.
So part of the training is I don't know how I would have reacted in that situation, but then as part of the training they do actually you do have simulated flight failures. So you could be taking off, and then as we take off, and then the instructor just pressed something there that made the aircraft. Then you must find a way to solve that.
or else you fail.
Or else you fail. You won't get your license.
Right. So let's say maybe the pilots in the cockpit they just decide to fall asleep. Hikari, Cape Town or somewhere far. And with the license that you're holding right now, can you fly the thing and land?
In the movies, they come and go.
Yeah, like in the movies, we have terrorists that kill the pilots, and then they take you inside the cockpit, they close. Can you fly with the license that you hold?
So with the license that I have, or not just with the license that I have, with any license that you have, you can fly aircrafts that you trained on.
Okay.
So if you trained on a Boeing 777, you cannot fly a Boeing 787.
Okay.
If you're trained on types of aircraft. If you're trained in an Airbus and then you want to fly a Boeing, then you need to get a rating or training on a Boeing.
But if I have a code 8, I can drive a code 10.
But then if you have a code 8, you can't drive a code 14.
I can still drive a truck.
Illegally so.
I mean, can't you drive illegally? So can't you fly that thing illegally? So all the patterns are different.
Yeah, like
it gets bigger.
Like the more advanced the aircraft becomes, the more.
But I mean, don't you sit down sometimes and do research about these big flights for situations like the ones like the Kurumagato, just in case we need a pilot in the cockpit? Those ones are dead sleep.
I don't think do you still wanna fly?
Me?
Yeah.
Very much so.
Are you still gonna enlarge your education?
Enlarge my territory.
I want to know.
Yo.
And the enlargement part. Don't touch that one. Want to enlarge.
Are you okay? Sorry. Are you going to study further so that you can go to the other
Side of the world?
Is English word means.
Used for what?
In
In most
life you
cases.
grow.
Used for what in most
In life
cases?
is when you are.
We understand the definition,
No.
but in on a daily basis language, there's not any large.
They are corrupt.
Yeah, I know.
Your
Okay.
co-host.
We are incorruptible. We are not corrupt.
And the directors, they are even worse. Come on, guys. We have
So-
to enlarge.
But then to answer your question, Tuli, yes, I'm actually studying towards my commercial license currently. So yeah, we are going to the
Cape Town.
I want to go to Dubai.
Izinja, abantwana, izinja.
I think I'm gonna go to Dubai when Karabo is done with
Don't worry, Fano, we're gonna be terrorists.
We're gonna be your first
Ah,
client on the flight.
Out of the cockpit.
Yeah. But like when we die with you.
Don't trust me. Why would you trust me?
So, but with the license that you're holding right now, can you buy your own mini thingy and then just drive around?
Yeah, actually I can buy a aircraft.
Yeah.
Any aircraft that doesn't require I forgot this. But then yes, I can be able to buy not even just the smaller ones.
Yeah.
I can buy a caravan, which is a slightly bigger aircraft from what I'm flying. I can buy a King Air, I can buy a Queen Air. I just need to get training on those aircraft. So I can get not all the aircrafts, but then the aircraft that I can get as a private license, trained on and get them under my license.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How expensive is the school though?
How expensive? Well, actually, I just got a message, I think yesterday.
Oh,
No, it's not about Golop, but then it's about the school rates is going up as of 1st of June.
Yeah, the economy also is up. Yo guys,
Am I allowed to ask
expensive.
how much are you paying?
I'm not. I'll not.
Yeah, say it.
Someone
Someone has to go to
I'm not gonna try gatekeep on things like this. Information is actually why I need to come on the podcast so that somebody out there who had no idea as much as I did
Maybe I
is
can
able
revive
to.
my childhood dream.
You see, is able to get the right information. and
Hello
know-
on the pilot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Rhymes. So with the aircraft that I'm training in currently, it is 2,500 per hour.
Hallelujah. My
Director,
salad.
you listening to this? You want to be pilot?
So
I'm listening very well.
And how many hours do you
in order to get your private pilot's license, PPL,
calculate?
you need you need a minimum of 45 hours. Minimum.
Okay,
So
to get the
per
whole
day.
thing.
Mm.
Oh,
day.
okay.
Per day? How many hours do you go?
It's up to how much you have.
It's so in the beginning when I was starting in 2018, 45 minutes I was out, and then gradually I built my endurance, so flying is also a mental thing. So it takes a lot. It takes a lot on your thinking. So in the beginning,
40 minutes. It takes us
45
40 hours.
eh,
Man, 40
45 hours.
No, calculate 40 hours.
Mm.
It's
So, okay.
Yeah, but then I was saying in the beginning I used to fly for 45 minutes and I'd get tired and then gradually built to an hour 30 minutes, 2 hours. So I gradually built my endurance. So like Kenneth was saying, how many hours you do on a day depends on your endurance. Like there's no use in you just flying because you want to build your hours and then you're not gaining any. Because in the beginning, 45 hours, my brain was refusing to take in any more information.
Yeah.
I was tired.
Too much terminologies and
Yeah, it's too much terminology.
Using
And
the buttons.
people are, honestly, with all honesty, people are not built to fly. We learn how to fly. So your body kind of needs to get used to it and things like that.
So, can I maybe get some reality games that I can practice on before I go to school, to flying school? Can I just maybe first move on get like because right now I'm not against that. I think
more similar to
Yeah, to the actual thing.
Yeah, to the actual thing.
And there actually are some like games, like you're saying, and also some simulators that you get that don't need you to have any sort of prior training. So you can go to wherever they have them, and you can get simulators like it'll connect it to your screen, connect it to your laptop, to whatever, and it'll give you the little bit of training that you need.
But wouldn't that make it a lot easier before I go to that school, and then when I go to school, I have a little bit of idea.
No,
No, I can right now. I see what I see what I failed. I'm trying to get information for my kid.
But then it would be if you have the means to do so. I mean, by means, I mean like financial resources, because as of today, like a simulator that is not like for like approved by CAA, that you can, like, if you're just doing it for fun, it goes for minimum 15,000 rand. So you could just take that 15,000 and actually invest it into.
I need a blessing. Well, Mama, if you're watching, Chili, I told you to get me one of those friends of yours.
So if to me, I remember when when we first went to the school, my instructor did advise me to, if I really want to do it for the long run, to get a simulator. But then it wasn't a good financial decision for me and my family to take at that point in time.
So let's venture more into, because I am under the impression that there are other things that you are doing besides flying and so tell us more, like what more are you doing and how inspired are you with that, and what are the challenges and so forth.
So I am also a wildlife photographer and a conservationist at heart. And the reason I say a conservationist at heart is because I do not hold any qualifications that are related to conservation, but then it's something that is very close to my heart. And I got involved in wildlife photography and conservation through an organization that I now work for, Wild Shots Outreach. And I got involved with them in 2020, just before.
You're flying and stuff.
No, not before. I started my flying in 2018, and then the Wild Shots came 2020, so 2 years later.
Oh, okay.
2 years later. So, what was I?
Wild Shots is doing wonders, guys.
I lost my train of thought.
Wild Shots Outreach.
Yes.
How did it come about, Velen? I want Wild Shots.
Yeah,
I'm like, I want to be part of those guys.
You want to come in? Me,
I
also have my own certificate. I also know how to take pictures. Come to me.
What?
I did.
She did the training. She did the training.
For what?
For photos.
For photography.
I trying to take the incorrectable reality.
No,
She's here advertising herself.
I'm advertising myself as well because I did the training. I'm a product of Wild Shots. I'm saying Wild Shots is doing wonders because they're giving this training out there to youngsters, working with incorruptible realities as well.
I know you defended yourself very well there. You defended yourself very well there.
I didn't invite her.
No, we need to charge them.
that I will have a competitor.
We need to charge them. We need at time. We need to charge them for that.
Isn't it that you said you wanted to be a pilot? I want to be a photographer.
You are a photographer.
One thing that you
ask people to come to you to take photos.
And I need really know the styles that they
From above.
use
From below.
from below, from
So-
Eye level.
eye level, yeah.
Yeah,
You
no,
know
I
the
like
thing.
that.
Yeah.
I'm here, endless.
You should also do the training.
I mean, I will try to if I have time because I'm a very busy person.
There's no busy
For what?
person here. You should do the training and get to know this and stop taking us pictures with
Yeah.
the small phones of yours.
And then why is my phone catching smoke now?
About your relationship with One Shots and
So yeah, as I was still saying, my relationship with One Shots started in 2020. I was one of the fortunate people just before, and I actually did my training in February of 2020. And if you remember what happened in 2020 in March,
Yep.
yeah.
COVID.
COVID time.
And
Lockdown. So we'll have level 5 man, just system down man here.
Yeah, and then
We're home.
I did my training and fell in love firstly with the camera, and then secondly fell in love with conservation or with wildlife. And I just sparked an interest in me, and I wanted to know more about cameras. I wanted to know more about wildlife and wildlife conservation, and it being a major source of income of most people who live in the Lowveld area. Tourism and wildlife is a big source of income. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but then I started because I became so interested in conservation and in wildlife and in photography. I kept in contact with the director of Wild Shots Outreach, who's Mike Kendrick. So I kept in contact with him, and eventually, when something would come up, some photo assignments, he'd bring me along, and I'd learn more skills, acquire more skills. And with time, I started volunteering and assisting with the workshops. It's the very same workshop that I attended. I started assisting with the workshops, and gradually, so Mike and Refumo, the program director of Wild Shots, Mike the director and Refumo the program leader of the organization, gave to me slowly but surely more responsibilities with facilitating the classes, teaching the learners, and something that kept me going back and facilitating and teaching this the students was the feeling that I had when at 22 I had never been on a game drive, living just adjacent to the protected areas and Kruger National Park. I'd never been into the Kruger National Park. I'd never been into this reserve and had a game and been on a game drive and a game viewer. So that feeling that I had, I wanted to share with other young people from our communities. That is what kept me going back to facilitate these workshops. And it's still what motivates me even today when we have workshops. Is I want that young person to experience what I experience with our wildlife. So I'm currently a program assistant with Wild Shots Outreach, helping to facilitate and teach the program, deliver the workshops to young unemployed people in our communities and youngsters in high school.
Where's the forms? Let me sign up.
Now we have time.
I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna make time. Yeah, but honestly, I've never been on a game drive and a game viewer too. So
Serious?
I'm 20-something years old.
Are you for real?
Catching, yeah, but I've been to the Kruger too many times, and I don't like going to the Kruger anymore because there's some animals that are acting like celebrities there, always hiding.
You know, as
Don't want to
we are
listen back.
pinning ourselves with his game.
People are living life out there.
We are pinning ourselves, and you are just there. You want to go, guys. we are edging out there. Reach out to Incorruptible Realities.
Now,
To
I know,
Karabo.
director, now look
Reach out.
game view.
Reach out. These people are there to train you so that you know about this. Like this, we still need to train our director of Incorruptible Realities about the work that he does. But you can also reach out to Karabo on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can find. I'm sure we're gonna drop her social media pages on the podcast as it drops. So reach out to them because they want to train all of us youngsters. I'm still a youngster.
And and not just to train them. You're getting trained and you're learning a new skill. It's amazing. But then we also, what's his name? What is that in English?
Elephant.
We get people people nyati. They've never seen an elephant. Yeah. Somebody's
Don't go there.
but they've never seen an elephant. Someone's name is Nyati, they've never seen a buffalo. It is also, One Shot's outreach is also about reconnecting young black people with their heritage. Because it's our heritage at the end of the day, everybody's heritage. So, and I honestly speaking, I did, the first time ever I was on a game drive, I did feel that sense of connection between me and nature.
Nice. I know it's very, very beautiful. So how are you managing you as a pilot and you as or whatever you do go outside?
How am I managing?
Yeah.
So how am I managing? I'm managing very well.
You almost went into detail. Elaborate.
I'm managing very well in between my schoolwork and the work that I do with.
And what about your personal life?
What?
Your personal life?
But before we get there,
I mean, how is managing your personal life, work and school?
Okay, so I'm managing as best as I can, or as best as I know how, between the work that I do with One Shot's outreach, my schoolwork, and my personal life.
You still get to be a sister at home or an auntie or a
I
child.
still get to do all those things.
This one.
You know,
Unfortunately, there are no babies to sit at home.
With me, I mean, I don't have the time to be a brother anymore. My little brother's like,
Grown up.
it's like, yeah, they grown up, but they like, it's been like a year and a half, they've never seen me.
Brother that looks like he's older than you.
Yeah, and my little brother looks older than me. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, but if you see two siblings in public, the one that usually looks older isn't
The younger
older
one. Yeah, it is the truth.
What are the challenges that you have faced in life besides having to lose your dad while you're starting with venturing with your studies in the pilot industry? What challenges did you majorly face in both careers that you are in that actually affected you, and you feel like this one was a major challenge, and how did you try to overcome that?
I think the major challenges that I faced in this life trying to pursue a career in aviation. First being losing my dad when I was just began with my studies. It did take a toll on me. It did. And then secondly, like I'm saying, financial challenges. You saw how you reacted when you mentioned the
That's
the
all about
basics.
it.
So financial challenges that I had with were also things that were like, well, I think this is it's it for me. And also, because of the financial challenges, it kept on putting a setback on, like, so how to explain this? It kept putting a setback on. So you have time limits for things that you do in aviation. So if you start your exam, so there's no timetable for exams. You can pitch up to know, like, tomorrow I want to write, and if there's space, they'll make you write. But then when you start your first exam and when you write your last exam, you need to do all of that in 18 months. So your written exam you need to do in 18 months. But then because of financial challenges, I ended up like going beyond those 18 months, which means my exams are now invalid. I had to redo my exams all over again, and yeah, things like that, which were all caused by financial challenges. And something that was also a challenge was actually. Yeah,
Okay, before you get there, Logoku, you had to redo your exams. Did you like redo the very same question paper that you did, or it was a different one when you?
It was a different one. So
okay.
it was a different one. So, yeah,
Continue.
different set of questions. So yeah, I think that was the two major. Oh, and also, so I lost my mom when I was very young. I lost my mom when I was 16, I think, or 15, something. And after that, the people who took care of me was my dad and my eldest brother. And then I lost my dad in 2018, and then about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I lost my eldest brother. So that also, like, kind of was a challenge for me to continue.
In this situation, man.
It was also a challenge for me.
You're the one who hurt me most.
It was an obstacle or hurdle for me to kind of.
You know, she's not the type of friend you can take. She's not the type of friend you can take to serious places. This one.
You talk in sign language, because when you do this, I'm.
She's the friend you will never take to serious places. This
I know
one.
the right word
for
you understand, so you must just talk. If you use sign language, I'm going to say the word for you. If you do this, I will say you want to, So yeah, so how did you actually come, like, the solutions? What were the solutions for your financial challenge that you had?
Let's first financial challenges. Let's talk about that. So before the financial challenges, I had lost my dad, and I had to go through a lot of counseling for that. I had to go through a lot of counseling. Let's just put it like that. I went through a lot of counseling, and then with the financial challenges that I had, I was fortunate enough to be one of the recipients of the Wild Shots Outreach Bursary Fund. So,
Ngasho ngathi i-Wild Shots
it's doing wonders.
is doing wonders. Now umntwana uya esikolweni ngemali ye-Wild Shots.
We need to also do that with Konnect podcast.
Wild Shots.
Konnect podcast, what buzzard.
So I was fortunate
If
enough.
we can get the sponsor, no problem.
The money you must take it out.
Okay, are you sure? when you start getting paid, because now you're not getting any payment.
Masud, where's my camera? Masud, we're not getting paid.
We are not getting paid, guys.
Wild Shots,
we just want
start a
to train
funding.
by Wild Shots. Everyone, viewers, we want Wild Shots to train us.
No,
give us bursaries.
to give Konnect podcast funding.
Yeah.
It's their views. It's not the views of the guest.
I'm just
joking. But then I was fortunate enough to be a recipient of the Wild Shots Bursary Fund, and which with the funds that the funds, I was able to finish my PPL, my private pilot's license, and still fortunate now they're still funding me.
So you did all that. You finished school on your own.
No.
She did because Wild
Not
Shots
on
came
your
through,
own.
and then she saved the money to finish up her
No.
PPL, right? Private,
No,
private,
One
private.
Shots funded her, gave her a bursary,
Yeah.
Yes.
which
On-
can be roughly around some millions.
Yeah, it's just too late.
Don't go there.
No,
Oh.
listen.
Per
Okay,
hour.
wait.
It's 2,000.
But
500.
doesn't it
Okay.
depend on
Okay,
how
wait,
much is Wild Shots paying you?
Wait, cannot wait to.
Hi.
So when Wild Shots assisted me with my thingy with funds,
Yeah.
I had already started. They didn't start me
Yeah.
at the beginning.
So
So I was
Because the
somewhere
brother was there and the daddy
And
was
then-
there
and then
to assist her before.
They where I was stuck, they kind of helped me and carried me through
Yeah.
it.
But it's
Not that they
not.
started with me from the beginning.
Yeah, but it's
Dude.
they
And I appreciate
now
it.
they are
Appreciate
continuing
it.
again.
Yes.
Then
and,
how much are you paying her?
Now they are continuing.
And not just Wild Shots. I was also fortunate enough. The co-owner of the school sits on the board of Misasa. Misasa is microlight. Let's
Misasa,
let me
I'm
look it for
cool.
you.
Director Misasa, what is Misasa?
Fact checker. Where's our fact checker for now? Where's the, I'm going to the group. Natsala group. Where's our fact checker?
Misasa,
Where is it?
Idam Kibela Vito Ramon.
Okay.
Microlight and Sport Aeroplane Association of South Africa.
That
Where's
one.
our fact checker?
So she pitched my story to the board, and graciously so they agreed to sponsor 10 hours of my flying time when I was doing my PPL. So they sponsored 10 hours.
Nice.
Yeah, they got really grateful. And also, when I finally did my PPL, because what had happened is Misasa sponsored people before me. They popped up like 150,000 rand for 3 individuals. And they gave all 50,000, 50,
Yeah.
50 to kind of start their career in aviation. And they just disappeared into the air. They did it. They
give them cash?
They did a bit of training,
Oh,
like
and
a
then-
bit of
And they
exams,
saw
and
it,
then
they
it's not
thought
something that
they
maybe they
want,
wanted
yeah.
or something like that. And then, so from there they stopped giving out funding
Oh.
and scholarships and bursaries and things like that.
But also, you're the only like female pilot I know around. I don't know if we have.
Do we
I
have
mean,
any?
we don't have a pilot in
That
Akonu.
we don't
Yeah,
know.
we might that we don't know
Yeah.
of, because mostly what happens is
Okay, let me just talk on based on what I know. Based on what I know, okay. You're the only pilot that I know.
Yeah, she's the only one we know in
And-
Akonuk.
It's crazy because, I mean, most of the I'm not being sexist. Yeah, I like you feminist people. Okay. Most of the time, I personally feel like women are very ignorant, especially when it comes to things like that. You know.
Such careers.
Once I do that, the rush of being a pilot show, you know. And I'm saying what a woman would say. Good. That's Shaban. How did you or how do you try to change that perspective?
it's coming on shows like this ones where people are able to see that a woman is doing this, so they can also be able to do that.
Yeah.
But then I also people when people find out about what I do, either through social media or through word of mouth, and they reach out to me, I try by all means to kind of share as much information as I can,
Yeah.
as much information as I have. So yeah, that's why I'm very grateful that you invited me on the podcast today, so that I can be able to help another another youngster in the
Yeah.
who'd be watching to
Yeah.
actually believe in their dreams, be it not in aviation, but then something that is not usual, something that is
For
not
females.
yeah,
We
and
should
something
add-
that is not usual
We
for
should
black
put
people.
even plugs and posters, flyers on the thing.
Stop talking about females. Talk about yourself as well.
No, what? I mean, right now I'm talking about things to try to change. I'm trying to change perspectives, especially Kawabasaki.
She should
to
be
stop.
the one doing that, not you.
Yeah, but I'm also an activist. I'm Bokodo.
Let our guest tell
What's
these
it
people.
Bokodo? What's it fast?
Yeah.
And tomorrow it's women. No.
Tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Today? Today?
Yes, today.
It's Women's Day.
Okay, let's not talk about things.
August, guys. Women's Day is in
Yeah.
August. We're
Let's not talk
Women's
about
Day.
mothers. What?
No, we can't.
Mother's
We
Day.
can't.
Let's not talk about dates. It's fine.
No, we can't.
Because we know working with our editor too, right?
So, yeah,
But
it's,
we must try and change perspective.
yeah. That's one thing that that is very close to my heart, in the sense of I want to give back to the communities as much as I can with, for now, information.
Yeah.
Maybe in the latter years with materialistic things as well. So yeah,
Yes.
black child, it's possible.
Black women, it's possible.
Uqalile yazi uyangiphotha.
Mina ngikhuluma iqiniso kuphela, right?
Oh yeah, I was still saying before I was interrupted about the Misasa
yeah.
sponsorship. So they sponsored 10 hours of my flight time, which I'm forever grateful
So you were
for.
part of the 3?
No, I wasn't part of the
okay.
3. That was years way before me. So, and then now they actually sponsored me again because I was the first, to be, let's say, successful with,
Their funding.
give, their funding, their funding, to see results with somebody that they funded.
Umsebenzi kaGod.
Yeah.
Ngiyayibona umsebenzi
God is
kaGod.
showing up,
Umsebenzi kaGod.
So currently they sponsored all my
Hours. Last time
please
I remember we were
sponsor all
speaking
my
about
hours. So what they sponsored me with.
How many hours do you have left?
I'll get
I
back to
will
you
calculate.
before
Give us the
before I forget what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So but then they sponsored me with all the theory equipment that I need. So books and everything, and the exams for my fees. Hey, Sekoa, the fees for my exams. The fees for exams.
Fast forward.
So they sponsored all my books and all my fees for my exams, and also all the basically everything that I'll need for the theory part of things. So yeah, I'm still super grateful for that. Busy studying like a crazy person.
No, there's no person who's studying like a crazy person. Studying is studying.
Yeah.
So
You
yeah.
chose books, deal with them.
So to come back on my
It's not
hours
nice.
and
It's
the
not
hours
nice.
that I
Sorry,
still
we don't like it.
to come back on the hours and the hours
Yeah.
that I still need. So to get your commercial pilot's license, you need a minimum of 250 hours.
Kisho hafuli yana.
The last time I checked, she was still on 45 hours.
No, I'm not on 45 hours.
Do you-
I
do
have
you-
like
do you accept?
120 hours.
Now,
You have like
how many
80 left?
I have like 120.
Hey, guys.
Not 80, 100,
One shot,
250.
Misasa, we still need more funding for it.
What's Musasa?
Misasa.
Misasa. Come through for your girl.
But they are still there.
Yeah, there's
They should come through
there's
more.
coming through. They're coming
No,
through.
they
World
can't
Shots is
more.
coming. World Shots
They're
Outreach.
doing-
Bursary Fund is coming through. Macmier.
Picky.
Why am I the only guy in this situation?
Sorry. Sorry. But Karabo, tell us about your achievements in the photography industry, because I'm also under the impression that there were some of your work that were being published where. So fill us in.
So yeah, it's really amazing. So I remember when I attended. I'll get to your question. I remember when I attended my workshop at Wild Shots Outreach. Mike's emphasis were on storytelling. Your picture should tell a story. Your picture should tell a story. And I've been fortunate enough to work with other, not just with Wild Shots Outreach only, but then with other conservation NGOs, and I've worked with other commercial photographers and. So I was fortunate enough that one of my images, I was working with WWF. I don't know if you know WWF. I was working with WWF, and one of my images from that was published in Daily Maverick, which was like, woo.
Daily Maverick is one of the publications. It is South African.
Yeah, it is South African. It is South African. So yeah, it was published on Daily Maverick, and super proud of that. And yeah, they are coming. But then the most recent one is I was able to go showcase my work through Wild Shots Outreach at a photo festival in Sharjah in the AUE. So that
Dubai.
was.
Sharjah is in Dubai. Yeah, God.
Are you going there or you've been there? You went there?
I've been there. I mean,
Zinja
like,
I was following. They were even in this other car. What do you call that? Tesla.
Really?
They were taking
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
of
but
the
So you guys have you are advertising Tesla here.
We've been talking about Wild Shots.
You signed the form to pay for that. You get it.
We didn't talk about prices.
Yes, we are receiving. They're going to Dubai and getting inside that car.
So while flying, then didn't you feel like, pilot, I'm not so, and I'm going again?
No,
Just kidding, I'm just kidding.
So I was fortunate enough that some of my photographs and other people in Wild Shots photographs were showcased in that festival, and yeah.
So were you just showcasing or also selling those pictures?
They were
Just
showcasing.
So you went to Dubai just to showcase a photo of a leopard? Zinja like that.
Yeah, it was really amazing seeing my image on that platform, and the image of Rifumo, images by Melody, images by other people who we work with in Wild Shots Outreach, displayed on such an international platform. It really was a humbling moment. It was like,
Nice. So I think we should wrap up, right?
Yeah.
But before we do that, is there any kind of a motivation or something that you'd want to say to anyone out there that is very inspired by what you're doing in terms of your both careers? Because even if you didn't study wild, you did trainings, you don't have a basic career for conservation and whatsoever. But what advice can you give them to actually get them out of their own comfort zone?
Motivation.
I like that you mentioned comfort zone. So I'm gonna look at my camera and speak to the people now. I'm speaking to you guys. So,
Yes.
So what I'd say to any young person, any young South African out there, is that believe in your dreams, and your dreams are valid. Oftentimes we are made to feel like our dreams are too ambitious or invalid or unreachable. But then what I'd like to say to you is believe in your dreams are valid, no matter how ambitious they may seem or how out of reach they may seem. I believe where if you put in the hard work, if you put in the effort, each and every dream that you have, you can accomplish.
It's game time. It's rapping time.
It's rap time.
We want to know your
Games,
your
yeah. Why games?
Yeah, and you know the game we playing, Fanda?
No, I don't. Do you know it?
Yeah, we're searching your Google. Last search.
Huh?
Yeah, because
Last search.
No.
Yeah,
On my
your
browser.
Google history. Your Google history. You're switching up phones.
No, not mine.
No, you too.
No.
I can't be
I know. I came here prepared.
Playing with the guests.
All of us. I came here prepared. I cleared my Google.
You see, now you're
Allow
cheating.
me to clear mine.
You're not
Okay,
cheating.
I'm just kidding. I didn't clear anything.
Alright, but
I don't
again,
even know why I
we want to
suggested
know
that,
your favorite genres of music.
Oh,
So that
Sato,
we
I
can-
need Fanda.
Choose 2 songs, both of us. I'll choose one song, and then he chooses one song, and then I'll play a small clip of it, and then you'll sing a bit after that.
So I'm very much into. What music am I into? I am into your Whitney Houston. Your I don't know what genre. Yeah, R&B.
R&B.
Your and also Deep House. Deep House doesn't have lyrics.
Go for Deep
Deep
House.
House doesn't have lyrics.
Oh, Deep
Yes,
House
we gotta-
doesn't
we
have,
gotta-
so
we gotta go Bom, 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 bom,
Okay,
bom.
go for Deep House. I'll go for R&B.
But this one's the one too.
Whitney.
No, not just Whitney. Like general
R&B
R&B
song. Alright.
Play me your favorite R&B song. Your
Okay.
favorite R&B song. And let's see if I can finish.
Can I start? Or ladies
You
first?
can start. No, last time
searching.
I'm still searching.
I'm advent. I remember the other day I was just saying, hey, you should play your ton.
Should I play?
Yeah, play because mine is still playing the ad.
Advent.
Let me give you my Spotify once.
Oh, so are you selling Spotify?
Guys, this is my favorite song. I don't want you to boo. I want you to sing.
I don't know.
Switch up here. Switch up.
She's roping me.
My boo.
Come on, Karabo, come on.
I don't know what you want.
Oh my God.
I'm giving her the beat to go and go.
I played.
That was nice.
Another one.
The next song. Drop.
I found myself. I'm living better without you.
Bang song, guys.
Yeah.
From to the MC and my boy Gajeni. It's a wrap for us. We are coming back with another bang and another bang and another
Yep.
bang.
That was
Thank
another
you so
episode of-
much for chilling with us here in the podcast.
That was another dope episode of Konnect podcast.
Yeah.
Of Konnect podcast. We will be back with another bang next week. Who are we hosting? We saw.
No. Yeah. Thank you guys. Mwah.